right? That, when you shoot electrons, when you have measuring instruments, the wave pattern is very different than when no one's observing it. It's very odd, and physics has never really quite reconciled that.
Yeah.
The double slit experiment, and Tiller, has the opinion. I know we're a little bit off track here, but it's very interesting. He says, those slits, Nisha, those are our space. The things that go through that are not being directed. They think it's the same slit, but it's not. The human intention has affected that. So just as an FYI.
Well, that's something to really reflect on. Okay.
Okay, so space becomes very important, not just material things, it's the space. Mm-hmm. So what's this cartoon show us? And this is the George's garage effect. Tiller says, okay, imagine somebody in his garage tinkering with, a machine that really is extra energy machine, 100%.
Right.
Because any machine is less than 100% efficient. Okay, it's just the rule of physics. We lose some all the time. Mm-hmm. We lose it to entropy.
Right.
We lose it to disorder and friction and all those. That's entropy. So he says, imagine somebody in his garage lovingly working on this invention night after dinner. He goes into his garage, tinkers with this, tinkers with it. And over a couple of years, by Jove, his machine actually works. Mm-hmm. And it is 100% effective and energy efficient. He's so excited that he calls his friends, okay? And he demonstrates it, and he says, the friends go, oh my God, this is amazing. We could create a company and make lots of money, all right? Because we want to solve the Earth's energy crisis.
Right.
But one of them wisely says, we should really have it independently looked at by a different lab, okay? And this inventor agrees, George agrees, and they take it to this independent lab in the next town, and it doesn't work. Were the conditions the same?
No.
No, they were not.
Well,
because George, he had pumped up his space in his garage. Exactly. In his space, this machine will work.
Right.
That's the key. And I have seen this, and I'll give you an example of where this has happened. And I've raised this point in medical conferences. When you are going to study a very talented healer, okay, a master healer, and the NIH has done this kind of work, they want to take the healer out of their environment and then stick them in a lab in the NIH, and it isn't the same. And they call it a failed experiment, but the healer had no chance to pump up the space in such a short time, unless you're Buddha. I guess Buddha could do it, or somebody. But these experiments fail again and again. But if you go into their healing centers, into their office space, it's very different. And people often say, when I come into your room, I feel better. Wow. You haven't said a thing, but I feel better. I look forward to coming and relaxing into your space.
This reminds me of John Keeley, and all of his inventions. And then they all called him a fraud. And but it was him and his space once it was taken out. Yeah.
It is not fraud. A lot of these people have been misunderstood. It didn't have the equation of the space. Exactly. And I told you it's invisible. And you really need to have sensitivity, and you need to have pH meters, and it's a lot of stuff. And you need to have good mathematics. You need to know four-year mathematics. You need to know thermodynamics. And in our super specialized world, and people are not interested, they go into here and they want quick fixes and all of that. But this demonstrates that human intention works.
Right.
And it won't fail you. You are the creator of new things. And we will get there if we can make that decision collectively, not to fall asleep. So here, George, with his heart, pumps into his space, direct space, lifts it to reciprocal space. There's greater energy and rare events are more probable, which looks like magic. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So intention works in your home. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are.
Right.
Okay? Heal it. Use a device or gather. Matthew's teaching, where two or more are gathered in my name, there am I also amongst them, right? In their midst. It's a biblical teaching. So with love, go into your home space, into your office space, into your NICUs and hospitals and clinics. We can create these spaces, not just with pictures and plants. Those are essential, fine. But the actual physical vacuum can be pumped up. And you can reduce negative side effects of medicines and chemotherapies and all these meters and things. This is why I think Tiller unlocked something quite amazing.
Yes.
The Power of the Buddha's Relics, that paper, I know, Carol, you got a copy of it from my website, nishamanekmd.com. It's still there. I've been meaning to switch out for another paper.
That's good. You said it was going to disappear, so I quickly got it.
It's still there. You see, the thing is to get the proper website up and about with my web designer. So all of these are things in the cog, and I think it's meant to be up there still or something, because it is there. It's still peer-reviewed paper, and it's rare for this to come about free like this. So get it or post it on your website.